Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to my YouTube. Back by popular demand is another misconceptions video. Obviously by the title, I'm really excited to do this because I had a crap ton of misconceptions that you guys sent me on my Instagram story. I did a little fill it in. So I'm really excited to talk about these. I am not going to be doing any examples, but I am going to talk about these in detail. So let's get started. All right, so the first one that comes up is everything on our body works normally except our legs. Okay, so in this one, I would definitely say a lot of people, a lot of able bodies that are uneducated, I don't like to shame anyone, but a lot of people that are uneducated about people with disabilities think that our legs don't work, our brain doesn't work, or whatever. People think that if we're in a wheelchair that nothing works, and that is not the case for every wheelchair user. Every able body is different and every wheelchair user is different according to their ability, according to their diagnosis. Everyone is different, so let's keep that in mind. This next one, we're going in. We are going in. You can experience intimacy. I can't say it, so obviously I don't know what it is. Okay, that you cannot experience intimacy. Weird, I know. I think it's very weird that because people think that we're sitting down that we don't experience intimacy. I think intimacy is different for every able body as it is for every wheelchair user. Obviously, the way I get down is not gonna be the same as the way that an able body gets down, or a quadriplegic, or someone with obviously we're all different. A guy is different than a girl is different, we get down differently, okay? So let's just go through it. Let's just get that over with. Another one, also we can't have sex lives. So this next one it says that we are incapable of being independent. Now, this one I hope one day goes away forever, because the world we live in today, you can literally hashtag disability or disabled and look and see on Instagram or Facebook all of these amazing people all over the world that live independent lives. So, obviously the way that I live my life independently is different than Maria, because Maria can move her legs a little differently. She can lock out her knees. That's different from the way that Steph lives her life. Steph is a quadriplegic, so on and so forth. So, there is different levels to people living with a disability and what independence is to them. Obviously, you live at home with mom and dad, or even roommates, is different than living with nobody or a significant other. There is a different sense of independence there. Okay, let's go to the next one. That we can't be in a meaningful relationship. Now, I think that I probably would not know that people with disabilities can have a relationship if it wasn't for my situation I'm in right now. I never really knew anybody closely that had a disability, let alone someone in a relationship with someone with a disability. So I would have never known that, but yes, we can have very normal lives and have a meaningful relationship. And obviously I'm engaged, so I have a relationship. You can't be intimate with your partner. We already went through that. That we are asexual. Okay, we already went through that. Another sex one, another one. Okay, that you can't be a quadriplegic in a manual chair. This one blows my mind. Okay, so for instance, you guys know my best friend Steph. She's a C5 quadriplegic. Now, every person with a spinal cord injury or every person with a disability is different. Steph was supposed to be in a power chair, but luckily her family was like, no, throw her in a manual chair, let her body figure it out. Luckily they did that because she is like a super quad now. She can literally do so much and live such an independent life. And then there's also Natalie, who is a very high quadriplegic. Natalie also is in a manual chair. So it really makes me sad when I see people that are in a power chair that never got the chance to sit in a manual chair. Even if they were, falling side to side, they never were given the chance. So if you are a quadriplegic out there, or you are someone that is newly injured and you have a very high level injury, definitely ask for a manual chair because so much will open up and you will be able to do so much more. So that being said, I think, definitely what makes me sad about it is that they were never given the chance to even try. And I think that also has stuff to do with insurance. Insurance, if you're a quadriplegic, probably will not pay for a manual chair, but you just gotta fight it. Also, what I have learned about being in a chair for the last 10 years and working in the industry, and also my fiance is an ATP, assistive technology professional. He sizes people for wheelchairs. Insurance. Also, if you guys are newly injured or you're a quadriplegic, definitely fight for a manual chair, because what I have learned is insurance, once you go full power, once you get a $25,000 power chair, insurance will not pay for a manual chair. And if you want to live an independent life and you want to go and travel and you want to go to the beach, you want to go do things, and you're a quadriplegic and you've been injured for a few years and you've gained some function back, insurance will not go back. So, note to self, if you are a high level injury or if people are trying to throw you into a power chair, I would definitely fight to get a manual chair. Fight to get a manual chair, because once you go full power and say you gain things back in 5 years, insurance will not pay for a manual chair. If they do, they will make it very, very hard for you. That we can't have a happy and normal life. Okay, so this next one, I can tell there's a lot of frustration when it comes to independence and just people not being educated about disability. And we can't shame them for that, okay guys? So this one, that we can't have, that they can't talk or move their legs. So, like I said before, every injury is different. Maria and I, both when we were diagnosed, drunk driving accidents, obviously that has nothing to do with our injury, but basically the same thing happened in both of our accidents of how we got paralyzed. And Maria was a T10 paraplegic when she was injured. I am a T10 paraplegic. The first year, Maria started getting movement back. She was able to move her legs. Now she can lock out her knees. I have none of that. Okay, so next. Oh my goodness, this one's interesting. We're all paralyzed. This is a very interesting one. So you guys, just because someone is sitting in a chair does not mean that they are paralyzed. People can have cerebral palsy, people can have spina bifida. They could have so many different diagnoses for the reason that they're using a chair. Also, I'm gonna blow your mind. Not every wheelchair user cannot walk. Crazy, right? So there are people that use wheelchairs that also can walk. And that is okay, guys. That is okay. Just because somebody is sitting in a chair doesn't mean that they're not allowed to walk. People have chronic illnesses. They have spina bifida at different levels. Some people have cerebral palsy. Some people have an illness that just came on all of a sudden and they're 25 years old where they can't walk long distance now. So not every wheelchair user is paralyzed and not every wheelchair user uses their chair 24/7. Okay, next one. That we can't do anything that requires physical strength. You know how many bodybuilders are in wheelchairs? Okay, not everyone is strong like Hulk. I mean, I'm strong, but I'm also weak as hell. But that is a crazy one because a lot of people don't think that we're strong. A lot of people are like, oh my God, how do you get your chair out of the car? My chair is less than 20 pounds. There's so many people that don't realize that we can literally lift things off of the ground. There's something going around that companies can't hire us if we cannot lift 25 pounds. Okay, I'm just you can't with that one. Some people can't, and that's okay, but maybe they're smarter in a different area. Whatever. We're not gonna even get into the politics. That we're not intelligent. I know a lot of people that have graduated colleges and have incredible, amazing jobs. So just gonna put that out there. That something happened, an accident to all of us, and that's why we're in a chair. Like I said, you guys, I feel like I'm being very repetitive, but these are all very, very legit misconceptions. This one is so interesting because not everyone has a tragic accident. Some people might have a chronic illness that just came up. Next one is we can't talk or walk because we're in a wheelchair. When we do, I'm told you shouldn't be doing that. That is so sad. don't have anything to say about that because people are just uneducated. That we're weak and delicate and need to be helped 24/7. This one is so interesting to me because there are a lot of people that need help 24/7 and there are a lot of people that don't need help 24/7. I wish I had someone to help me with some stuff around the house, that's for sure, especially when I have my busy weeks. But that doesn't mean that like every wheelchair user needs that. I think it's by person. People thinking we don't have lives, like hanging out with friends. Y'all saw that clip. You know I have friends. You know we have fun. Okay, this one is interesting. I feel like we get coddled a lot. We must not be sexual beings. We must not drink, etc. I definitely can feel that because I feel like, especially when I was first injured, a lot of people coddled me. A lot of people came around me and they were like, well, how can I help? How can I help? If you guys saw the last misconceptions video, the grocery video is so on point, but there are so many other ways that people try and coddle me, especially when I was like first injured. But I feel like that coddling also leads to enabling. And I feel like there's a very blurred line when it comes to family of enabling people to not be able to figure it out on their own. That we're all related. Kid you not, I've had someone ask me if I was related to someone else in a chair. That is literally just hilarious. I can't even, like, that's hilarious. Everything you need medically is covered by insurance. If you have it, oh my goodness. This is a great one. Our healthcare system, I'm not even gonna get into, but it breaks my heart when I hear people that like need a ventilator or need something so high tech or they need a power chair or whatever they need and they can't get it covered by insurance and they're literally stuck in their homes. People living with disabilities, not everything is covered by insurance. I know a lot of people that have to use a catheter 5 times a day, like myself, 5 times a day, but their insurance won't cover it. You know how much money it is a month for people if it's not covered by insurance? Catheters alone, if I could not pay for it, is easily $800 to $1,000 a month, just so I can pee. Luckily, my insurance covers it, but there's a lot of things that insurance does not cover for people with disabilities. This one is really good, that in order to be independent, you need an independent, accessible house. This is very interesting because a lot of people, when they first become injured, if their family owns the home, they will reconstruct the entire bathroom, which is great. I wish my family had the money for that. I had to figure it out, you guys. I literally went from an apartment to a back house to an apartment to a back house every week because my parents were divorced. And I never got an accessible house ever until now. And it's so interesting to me because I think what that does for people that are newly injured or newly diagnosed with something is it enables them to think that the entire world around them needs to be accessible. So when that person a year later or 2 years later travels and they can't get an accessible hotel room, they can't do anything. They can't shower, they can't brush their teeth, they can't do anything. It trains people to not be able to adapt. That's how I feel, because I've met so many people all around the world that were the same level of injury, but yet they don't know how to do certain things because they just have had everything accessible in their home. So I would say my advice, and I'm gonna end with this one, my advice to you guys is if you are newly injured or if you are newly diagnosed with something, don't spend $100,000 and redo your bathroom and your kitchen if you don't need to. Figure out how to make it work, because what that's gonna do is when you move in with someone or you move in with roommates or you wanna go and you wanna be independent and live on your own, it gets you ready then to then be able to navigate around obstacles later on in life. I've now, of course, I'm gonna do like a home tour once my house is like redecorated, but my kitchen is a little bit accessible and my bathroom is a little accessible. That's about it now, but I've been 10 years injured. So that is my thought on that. I think that was a great one to end on. I really want to thank you guys so much for sending in your misconceptions. Let's get this out to the world. Let's just keep educating people, able bodies, about people with disabilities. And that's it for the video. So thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit the like button. Let me know if you guys like this video. The first misconceptions video did so well, so I figured I'd throw in another one. maybe I'll do a third. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you in my next video. If you guys have any misconceptions, comment them down below. I love reading them. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.